Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having us here today. We really appreciate your time. My name is Summer Iglinski, and I'm the Director for Gatton Global Initiatives in the Gatton College of Business and Economics. And with me today is Erica Doremus, one of our study abroad alumna, a study abroad alumna from the Gatton College, who I will ask to say a few more words in a couple minutes. Please excuse me, I'm getting over a cold, so every once in a while my voice just disappears. So if you've missed a word, just let me know. As you can tell from our slide behind me, we are here today to talk about what it means to prepare students for a global environment and a global business world. As you can imagine, the best way to be competitive in a global environment is to have real-world experience, and we believe strongly in supporting students in having that opportunity while here with us in the Gatton College and on campus. The best way to do that is through having these experiences, and in a global economy, we hope to help our students have those experiences abroad. As a part of that, we believe that students who have these international experiences will develop an important skill set while abroad, including adaptability, flexibility, increasing their opportunities and skill sets to succeed when they move on into the job market and into their interview preparation for these different job opportunities. I've already heard from a few students, thank you, who have had experiences and have been able to roll their international experience into a dynamic interview and increasing, as we hope, their job opportunities once they've completed that. Ooh, can we go back one, actually? Thank you. So as part of this, we're proposing to develop a couple of scholarships for students and also to support them in those scholarship opportunities to develop some workshops to help make them more successful in that global environment. The slide behind me shows in blue where Gatton students have studied abroad in the last year or so. In the last year, we had just fewer than 200 Gatton students study abroad, and this is one of our highest numbers to date. However, having said that, it's still a number that we hope to increase. We are increasing the numbers of students in the business college, and with that, we hope to increase the numbers of students studying abroad. At this point, still only about 12% of our graduating class have had the opportunity to study abroad while with us. We have been trying to increase the number of opportunities for business students to have international experiences, including introducing the Global Scholars Honors Program in the last several years. We're also increasing the number of faculty-directed programs that we offer and increasing our exchange programs. However, even with these increases in programming, there are still certain student populations that have trouble accessing resources to study abroad. As you might imagine, among these different barriers that students experience are barriers such as financial barriers. Although we have a lot of different opportunities, one survey showed that as many as 70% of business students have said that financial considerations prevented them from studying abroad. Among that 70% are some of our low-income students, our underrepresented students, and our first-generation students who study abroad at even lower percentages than the general population. To give you a little bit of background and to help bring some of this to light, I'd like to ask Erica to give us a little bit more information about the experiences that she had while studying abroad.
Thank you. My name's Erica. I am a student at the Gatton College of Business. Well, I will be graduating this coming May with an accounting and economics degree and a minor in international business. This past spring, I got to study abroad in Shanghai, China at one of their top universities, Fudan University. It was my first time going abroad. I had never really gone out of the country due to lack of resources and opportunity, but of course this was a life-changing experience for me. I learned a lot going to China. I learned a lot about China, its people, even the U.S., and more importantly, myself. I overcame obstacles like meeting people who are seemingly completely different than I am and connecting with those people or I took Mandarin while I was in China, and I had to apply the Mandarin that I learned in the classroom outside of the classroom, whether that was communicating with classmates or ordering from a restaurant. Also, I remember this one time I got stuck. I got a little bit lost at a train, and there's only Mandarin around me, so I have to kind of figure out how do I get to my destination. I think all of these obstacles it improved me as a person, and I think it shows adaptability, responsibility, and also perseverance. And these are things that have come up in recent interviews. I'm now applying for jobs post-graduation, and this experience has prepared me for those interviews, and I'm able to talk about my experience and what I've learned of studying abroad in China. I also know that now I'm comfortable. If I go to China, I can do anything. I'm comfortable going abroad again. I would love to work abroad. I've actually applied to a job where I am able to do that. And I've only been applying to jobs outside of Kentucky, so it has been very significant in my decision making for life post-graduation. Even as an economics student, I have done a lot of research on China, but it's completely different to just study about China versus actually getting to study in China about China. So that was a very cool experience that I got as well. Ultimately, I think that studying abroad provided me the opportunity to get the answers that I needed in order to assess the next steps in my life journey, and I'm very grateful for that experience.
So part of our proposal is 5 $2,500 scholarships to be applied for students in either the summer or semester programs. And as part of this, we would develop 3 workshops to help support our students in this process. One of them would focus on international money management. So this would focus on budgeting, banking internationally, and just how to manage those funds in a global context. The second one would be looking at building social networks abroad. So this is focusing on sort of cross-cultural communication, as well as how to network and connect with people both in that host culture and with the other individuals participating on these programs as well. And then finally, we would like to do a workshop focusing on racism and ethnocentrism in other cultures. I think there's an idea sometimes that racism is somehow only an American trait, which is a bizarre concept. It is actually something that exists internationally. And for our students coming from underrepresented backgrounds, they may experience this in a different way. And so to help prepare them to deal with that and understand that in that global context, we propose to have a workshop that would focus on helping them and assisting them through that process as well. So we hope that we have given you a little bit of perspective on what it means and what we're proposing in terms of helping to support low-income, underrepresented minorities and first-generation female students in the Gatton College in their international goals and pursuits, and looking at the variety of ways that they can do that and a variety of ways that we can help support them to help continuing to increase the number of business students who are studying abroad as part of their academic goals while here at UK. So I've breezed through this, but I would actually say at this point, if you do have any questions, we'd be very happy to receive them. Yes, ma'am, I see you in the back.
So, because you're focused on the 3 groups, does this mean this money is in addition to a study abroad opportunity that you'd go through just the normal Gatton business, or are these independent of any funds that are part of a more traditional Gatton study abroad?
It would, in my opinion, this would probably stack on top of other aid that the student might be receiving, depending on what that is. However, if students are looking at a summer program, typically there's considerably less aid available to them than there is during the regular academic term. So especially in the summer, it could really help to augment something where they otherwise might be losing some of that funding.
How are the graduate programs, the foreign graduate programs identified? And do the students receive credit at UK for the study abroad?
Absolutely. So both the Gatton College and the University of Kentucky have a portfolio of international programs that we've identified as being well suited to our students and having credit that will transfer back into their degree programs here. So we've already done a lot of that work to identify those programs. And one of the things that I do is help to evaluate that credit before they depart so that we know that it will come back and be useful to them. Any other questions that we can help answer?
Does your entire program focus on females only, or just your application for this program?
Just the application for this program would be focusing on women.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much for your time.